Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. This right here, top tier. With my brother Ashore and the Posh and my sister Quanama One. It's the Lord we feel. Let's get it. Come on. Chill. My soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. Grew up on the street, heavy mob ties, but the Lord showed me another way right before my eyes. I've been chosen out of the world to bring you the truth. Trip hard about it, I knew it ever since I was a youth. I did a lot of sin, I've been to the pen, but I've been born again, chalking up another win. Some sell their soul to the devil for half the price. I owe my life to Christ for his sacrifice. I'm on the straight and narrow, keep my eye on the sparrow. YAHANNA garment gon' be the color barrel. On the grind all the time, I be teaching class. America, daughter of Babylon, is falling fast. Faith ain't good enough, you gon' have to put in the work. So many lay in the dirt because they chase a skirt. You gon' get scrutinized, you gon' have to fight through the lies. But the truth is the maximum, you can't minimize. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. So many people against me because I serve the Lord. They celebrate birthdays, we ain't on one accord. It's hard out here for a priest, still I live righteous in the belly of the beast. They speak all manner of evil against me, that ain't right. But yet I pray for their souls when I lay down at night. When they see me, they pretend that they love me. When I turn my back, they wanna hit, kick, and shove me. A dirty game, it'll make you go insane if you let it. I'm worthy, man, Lord chose me to do this thing, gotta go and get it. I prophesy to the wind till my last breath. If I go back in the street, I know it's death. I took a vow to the Lord, got my head anointed. The sons of God will return at the time appointed. Look into the sky, hear that trumpet sound. Gotta endure to the end, I hope and pray I get a crown. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way.
We in cyberspace, penetrating through the algorithms, bringing you the truth all over the planet Earth. The Lord used the virus to show us a virus. So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, we have to be spiritually quarantined away from the oppressor because he has a date with death. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength.
With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way. With all my soul, my strength, my mind. I'ma serve the Lord till my dying day. I can't go back in the world, it ain't no other way.
All right, clap it up. One time, cry. All right. Listen, man, can't go back in the streets, it ain't no other way, man. I tell you that. That is facts, you know what I'm saying? Coming from somebody, coming from the Israelite School, the Universal Practical Knowledge, our brothers and sisters under Commanding General YAHANNA who served the Lord with all of their mind, with all of their strength, right? With all their fiber of their being. That's the only way to fight demons. That's the only way to stay in the truth. You understand? That is the only way to endure to the end, okay? Again, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA since 1969. We have been educating blacks and Hispanics Native American Indians, West Indians from North, Central, and South America. And we have been educating them on their true heritage, which is comprised of laws, statutes, commandments that are only found in the King James Version 1611 of the Holy Bible. All right. And if we use this Bible, all right, and follow under proper leadership, then we can get out of the rut that we're in. We can get out of hell, this physical hell that we're in, and we can segue into heaven, living physical heaven and spiritual heaven. And of course, the changing of the guard, which is rulership on planet Earth, not halfway in the sky, not somewhere on a flying rock, not somewhere in the Orion star constellation, but right here in the ghettos, in the barrios, on the reservations. We can turn this into heaven on earth, heaven at once. But there's only one way to do that, and that's Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian descent to come into the laws, statutes, and commandments of your God, which is the God of Israel, found in the Holy Bible. Okay, brought to you, okay, by the I.S.U.P.K since 1969, under Command and General YAHANNA. So, again, I'm Priest and Officer 5001 YAHANNA. I'm going to be the over scripture breakdown today, sitting in for Captain 10,000 YAHANNA, and out of Houston, Texas. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you hadn't already seen, I want you to share this class. It's a very important class, right? The class title today is the causes and effects of dealing with whores. Okay, the causes and effects of dealing with whores. Turn it down just a little bit for me. The causes and effects. I feel just a little feedback. All right, the causes and effects of dealing with whores, the main one. Right, not this mic, but the whole thing. Right, turn the whole thing down just a little bit. The speaker. There you go. There you go. Appreciate it. The causes and hold on. Are we still? Let me see. Make sure I'm still. Mic test. Okay, excellent. The causes and effects of dealing with whores. All right. So let's find out why today this is such an important title. All right. When you're dealing with a whore, you're dealing with somebody who's actually been abused themselves. Right. When you're dealing with a whore, it's a reflection of yourself, because you've been abused yourself. Talking to the men, right? To be able to choose a whore shows a lot about yourself, right? You can't blame the whore you choose on the whore, right? You have to blame your actions. You have to blame yourself for your decisions that you make, right? What are you looking for? What are you choosing when you choose a whore, right? These days, we know that a whore is a deep pit. We're going to get that right off the top. You want to give me that, if you could, Sapar? Give me Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. We're going to read through verse 29. If you're out there, I really want you to follow me on this, all right? All right. And we have a very interesting topic, all right? And all the ladies that's listening, especially UPK, you know what I'm saying? Just bear with me for a minute, all right? Because this is not an attack. Okay, I want that to be said first and foremost. This is not an attack on women, right? This is an attack on whores. That's what it's an attack on. So if you're a woman, you should not get offended. Okay, not unless you are a whore. All right. So the Lord made it possible and put it in the scriptures. The word whore is in the Bible. All right. So don't say, oh, he thinks he's a priest and he's rambling talking about whores. Whores is in the Bible multiple times. Okay, we're going to get into how whores, women, have torn down civilizations, have disrupted and brought down empires. All right. So read how a whore is a deep ditch. If you could, tell them where you're at. Yeah, turn the mic on.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, and verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch.
What now?
A deep ditch.
Yeah. Hey, I turn me back up a little bit. I'm a little bit too low. Like when I said turn it down, I'm talking about the entire thing. If not, you can leave it where it was, but turn it back up just a little bit. Give me a mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. A little bit more. Mic check 1 2. Mic check right there. All right. Yeah, that's perfect. Because I want them to hear every word. Okay. All right. A little bit better now. Me being a sound guy all my life, sound engineer, I can hear it when it. All right. All right. Go ahead. Start from the top, Baba Kashah.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, and verse 27.
All right.
For a whore is a deep ditch.
What is a deep ditch? What is a deep ditch?
A whore.
No, a friend.
A whore.
Nah, your little partner that you sleep with after the club.
A whore.
Nah, your little what is it saying? Person with benefits, whatever it's called. What is it?
Whore.
Nah, it says a whore. The Bible says whore. Spell whore. You say HW? That's an interesting way to spell whore. Okay, having mics, no, so I'll spell it for you until you get the mic right. Right? You got it?
It's like it, sir.
No sweat. We're gonna get this out. We're gonna spell whore. All right.
WHORE.
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 Right. In the hood, we call it a hoe. I ain't talking about a garden tool. Okay. We're talking about a promiscuous woman who has what? Who's probably been molested. Right? Who probably has something in her life. She either been molested or she was shown by her auntie or shown by her mother or these days grandmothers, you know, how to drop it like it's hot and shake it and get a man for what he got. Then after you go down on him, then you get his money and leave as if you won. That's what tripped me out. As if you won. You're gonna degrade yourself, right? Lower yourself, right? And then perform an act on this man, take his money, and then you run off thinking that you won. You lost big time. All right. That's not the way that you're supposed to, treat yourself, more or less treat a man.
That's right.
All right. It says what? A whore is a what?
Is a deep ditch.
Keep going.
And a strange woman is a narrow pit.
A strange woman is a woman outside of your nation. All right. Lo and behold, you should never do that. Okay. And I know you see a lot of celebrities, right? You see a lot of brothers out there, whether they're in the music field, whether they're baseball players, football players, actors, whatever have you, right? And you see them with strange women, right? Kanye West was with a strange woman, Kim Kardashian, right? Now he with Julia Fox, another strange woman, right? You're also showing that you hate your people, man. I'm saying, and that brother's hurt, saying, because he don't have any structure or guide from his black mother who died doing plastic surgery. But more than that, he didn't have a father to guide him. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the scripture says a woman, a whore rather, right? Not a kind and loving and gentle woman who loves her outer one or her Lord. We're not talking about that. The subject is the causes and the effects of dealing with whores. She's a deep ditch. What's in a deep ditch? Dead people.
Right.
Graveyard, which is where you will end up. Right? Your money can end up dead too now. You could be live and walking and well and hey, breathing fresh and everything. And your money will be in a deep ditch. Gone. Especially when you're dealing with a woman who says that all of her life she's been dealing with billionaires. So for her to break Kanye ain't nothing, because she's used to dealing with billionaires. She got the expertise and the know-how, right? And the finesse, that's a new word, right? She got the finesse on how to take all of his money. See what I'm saying? Kanye would have more money if he wasn't with Kim Kardashian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what we do. We give our seed, our talent, our strength, right, to strange nations. But we're going to focus on Israel, the whores.
Right.
Right? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. I want to lay these precepts out. I want to lay these scriptures out to let you know that the men in the I.S.U.P.K who are trained, authorized, certified under Commanding General YAHANNA are not making these scriptures up. All right. When we speak of the oracles of God. All right. So read that when you get it, Baba Kasha.
Kanawakan is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
Hold on. There should be no what?
No whore.
Spell it.
W-H-O-R-E.
Ain't no way to, textualize it. None of that. Ain't no way to interpret it another different way. There shall be no whores in the daughters of Israel. All right. That is a commandment. All right. A stipulation for all women.
Right.
You cannot be a whore. And we'll get into what a whore is. Keep going. What else?
Kanawakan, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Brothers, you cannot be a homosexual. You cannot be a rod blower. All right. You have to be a damn man, Damien. You understand? And that's what we are. Men of war. All right. Without that do not look upon the nakedness of someone else. All right. You don't go and get club whores. All right. That's highly recommended. Hear me when I say this. It is highly recommended in the I.S.U.P.K to don't go to clubs and grab you a whore. A whore is a deep ditch. Okay. And you will pay. Listen, it's not against the commandments. It's not against the law. But it is highly, unrecommendable that you do not do that. Okay. We have sisters in the school who are trying their best and who have changed their life, who are sitting patiently and waiting on a priest. Why in the hell would you go out to go look for a club whore? You are going to get exactly what you deserve. A whore. All right. So that should go ahead.
It's like it might get a venereal disease.
Well, I mean, listen, yeah. You're gonna get crabs, you're gonna get gonorrhea, right?
Right.
I'm saying you can get AIDS, that's right. But moreover, what you're gonna get, we're gonna get into that. We are going, listen, give me the scripture. When you say it, look, the scripture just come to mind. Go to Ecclesiasticus. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna get. Go to Ecclesiasticus, go to the 26th chapter. All right. Yeah, you're gonna get what you get. All right. That's an old saying, right? All right, you there?
Ecclesiastes 26 and
let me get there with you. Ecclesiasticus 26. I want to start at verse 8. That's where I'm leaning to. Let me see something. 26 and yeah, go ahead and get that. Start at verse 8. I was right.
Kanawakan is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 8. A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causes great anger.
Read that again.
A drunken woman.
No, a sober woman.
A drunken woman.
A woman in the club, right?
A drunken woman.
A drunken woman. Keep going.
And a gatter abroad.
A gatter abroad means she don't know how to stay at home. She over here, she over there. She had a best friend's house. She had a play uncle's house. You see what I'm saying? Right? She at the mall. Right? She at the concert. Right? She at a granddaddy house. She out of town on girls' night. Right? She's a gatter abroad. She causes great anger. Life is already hard enough, man, for a brother. But she gonna cause you great anger. Keep going.
And she will not cover her own shame.
And she will not what?
Cover her own shame.
She don't give a damn. She'll walk out the house with her breast all open and cheeks all out, right? She don't care about herself. She don't have no shame, right? She don't have no shame, man. She never did, right? So you can't get her to change, right? Only the Lord can do that.
Right.
So what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to serve the Lord. Let me tell you something. The scriptures say, for there's a shame that bringeth sin, and there's a shame which is glory and grace. Right? Now that shame that bringeth sin is when she leave the house and she got Daisy Dukes on, and you know what I'm saying, the fist knuckle. That's the best way I can say it. Right? That's the best way I can say it. Right? And she's got everything. She got the Pointer Sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she all out. She says she's not a whore, but she most definitely has the attire of a whore.
Right.
She's dressed like one.
Right.
Right?
Right.
She don't have no shame. She looked in the mirror. She saw everything and all the prints and everything with her body and everything. She saw everything, and she refused to put on something that's decent and in order. Right? She refused to properly dress herself. Right? So she goes out like that. Right? She has no shame. That shame right there brings sin. But now there is a shame. There is a shame which brings glory and grace. When she put on something and say, "Oh my God, can you see through this?" Oh, no. She shamed what? At home in the mirror going, "Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that." Or she might get ready to leave. I don't want, "Hey man, you got to take that off, man. I can see this and I can see that." "Oh, I didn't know that." Okay. And so she goes and she takes it off. That shame right there brings glory. You see what I'm saying? And that's what our sisters need, right? A shame that brings glory. Now, I know a lot of women that say that they good mothers, right? They be in the club dressed like whores. How you a good mother? Because you think that you gave the bottle to your baby? Oh, that's what you think. You fed it Similac and Enfamil. You probably breastfed. Lord, if she breastfed, she thinks she's Superwoman. You know what I'm saying? When you're supposed to do that, right? But yes, she'll go out and she's dressed in the attire of a whore, and she's messing with different types of men, just had a baby, and then let another man go in her womb just like that. So now you think that you're a good mama? Is that the example you want to set for your son or your daughter? That you just had a baby from a man and then went to go sleep with a man within a month's time frame, within 60 to 90 days. So you think you a good mother? You're good. Listen, mother being a good mother is all around. It's not just in the house saying that's my little baby and feeding the little baby. And then when the baby go to sleep, you get on the phone and talk to all the men in the city. Or better yet, you treat your baby daddy, right? Like he's Satan, but you lay down with Satan, right? You see what I'm saying? Instead of trying to make a way for the children, a good mother gonna hold that house down. Good mother gonna hold the house down, right? But now here's another thing. Drop down to verse 23. We got to make sure that we do it, stay on it both ways, right? Tell them where you at again.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 23.
Uh-oh. Keep going.
Verse 23, Salakia, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Stop right there. Read that again.
Karamakan, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Now we back on these brothers. You see how I'm jumping back and forth?
Right.
It's got to be what? Because the Lord say what? A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So I know it's the causes and effects of dealing with a whore.
Right.
But it take two to tangle. Right? So now the brother mad or he upset because he liked the whore. He picked the whore, got with the whore. Now he's stuck with the whore. Now he mad at the whore. When he should be mad at what? Somebody give me the answers. Surprise me. When he should be mad at who? Huh? Himself. That's right. He should be mad at himself because why? He chose him. But the Lord said what? Read it again from the top. Huh?
Karamakan, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
You was a wicked man when you chose the whore.
Right.
So you got a wicked woman, wicked man. That hurt, don't it? It should. Right? It hurt. You should let that sit so you don't do it again.
Right.
Let it sit and simmer and sizzle. So you don't do it again. Right? But what? Keep going. But what? A godly what?
But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
A godly woman is given to a man that fear the Lord. Right? Now we're going to jump straight into Proverbs. Go to Proverbs chapter 20, Baba Kosha. Excuse me, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 20. You hear that right? So a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Why don't you follow these commandments? Why don't you listen to the words of the men above you and tell you don't get with a whore? Why don't you listen when the Lord say that a whore is a deep ditch? Right? But you got to go through it, huh? All right, go ahead. I hope you survive.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
My son, keep thy father's commandments.
Hold on, do what?
Keep thy father's commandments.
No, go to the club and forget every damn thing you was ever taught. What is it say?
Keep thy father's commandments.
Why don't you keep your father's commandment, not just in class, not just in Hebrew Academy, but why don't you keep your father's commandment when you go to the club and see women dropping it like it's hot? Why don't you keep that commandment then? Right? Why don't you keep the commandment when you're out in front of everybody? When you're supposed to let your light shine. Right? But when you go out, you tuck your dawah in. Right? You know what I'm saying? You take the mitri off. You know what I'm saying? You go and change pants and put on regular. People put on civilian clothes. And I ain't talking about physically. I'm talking about you can do this spiritually. Right. Meaning you forget about your dawah. You forget about what that stands for. You know what I'm saying? Or Christ returning, sitting on his grandfather's throne, man, right, to rule. You forget about the rulership. Right? You forget that your fringes say what? On the side, you should have fringes with a border of blue to remind you not to break the commandments. Right? But you out picking and choosing whores. Right? Keep, it says, my son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake what?
Not the law of thy mother.
Listen to your people, man. You understand? And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of, because the Bible is twofold, threefold, right? A lot of the times your mother will tell you when you're messing with a whore. Your mama tell you that the girl ain't no good. But it's like that turns some brothers on. Right? You know why? Because your mama can't save you from messing with whores. But your daddy can.
That's right.
And we're going to get into that. About single homes. Right? Why the women are independent? Why there is no man figure? No man role model. We're going to get more into an article we're going to pull up that's going to show you how important it is for the father of the child, not the stepdaddy. We're going to get that right after this. The father of the child should be in the sons and daughters and the children's lives.
That's right.
Women, stop being whores. Stop having brothers' babies and then get rid of that brother and throw the father of your children out to let in another man in. You see what I'm saying? To go in your womb after you done had sex with a man and had his children. You out your love and hip hop mind, man. Right? So continue to read at verse 21, Bible Shah. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 21. Bind them continually. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 21.
This book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 21. Bind them continually upon thy heart and tie them about thy neck.
Bind them continually upon thy mind, which means bind means never forget. Like, take hold of these scriptures and how you're taught. And don't be so goofy and cuckoo to where when you leave and you're not around the brethren, right? To where you start breaking commandments and start living like a damn sinner and civilian, man. You understand what I'm saying? Always hold on to the law and how you were taught.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
Verse 22.
It said, look, and tie them about thy neck. Right? That's not literal. But that means if you binding something, you tie it around your neck, that means you know it's there. Right? You tie a bunch of chains and stuff around your neck, you always know they there. You always touching them and looking down and making sure your die showing and everything good. You're nice and glossy and flashy. Make sure that you flashing these commandments. Make sure that you flashing the spirit of the Lord, all right, and keeping these commandments the way you do your gold chains and rings.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's vanity. But your spirit, the Lord, got to go before the Most High. Your spirit got to go toward the Lord. You're going to be held accountable for everything that you say and everything that you do. All right, keep going.
Verse 22. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee.
Mm-hmm.
And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee.
You see that? See what I'm saying? So that means what? When you get ready to go to sleep, whatever you do, the commandments is right there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Wherever you go, they should lead you. Sin should not lead you. The commandments and glorifying Christ and the grace and mercy that he's given you, that's what you should be leading and letting your light shine. When people see you, man, that's one of them priests and prophets of the Lord right there. Why? Because he got fringes and a dawadah? Hell no. Because you can see the spirit on him, he not going to sin. You can't get that brother to sin. The 4th chapter of Matthew, that devil came to Christ. Nigga, we ain't Christ, so you know the devil definitely coming to us.
That's right.
He gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're called what? Familiar spirits. You was here the last time going through the same thing. When you gonna learn, man? Aqua at the end out there, when you gonna learn? All the Akim, when you gonna learn, man? It's only 2 decisions, right and wrong. Either going to the right or the left. The yes or no. Good or bad. Righteousness or wickedness. You're either going to do the works or you're not going to do the works. Either or. Pick a side. Which one you going to do? You going to get with a righteous woman? You going to get with a whore? The choice is out there for you, though. You going to go the easy route? You going to go the hard route? It's out there. The I.S.U.P.K is trying to give this to you for you to take it, grab it, and let it lead you wherever you go in your sleep, and let it stay with you when you're making all your choices and decisions. And first and foremost, never do nothing without counsel. It ain't nothing. Listen, brother. Don't nobody want your woman. All right? Don't nobody, ain't none of these priests trying to commit no adultery. You got the captains and generals above you. If you interested into a woman or something, just get with the cap or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Get with the captain. Right? You got close to 20 years of being with a woman with children. You need a question, why don't you go to him? Why don't you do that? Why don't you go to somebody that has a life experience and it ain't always been good? You're going to fight. Right? It ain't gonna be good. You're gonna argue, but there's also gonna be some love going around in there. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be some good times. So why don't you get with somebody that got experience and always get counsel, especially when you're trying to pick a woman, which, listen, marriage is an institution. It's a life decision. You know how we rolling, you know what I'm saying? You know how we rolling UPK, right? You in it forever. So you should get counsel before you do that. You know what I'm saying? To make sure you're making the right choice, especially if you are a hoe picker. See what I'm saying? Like most men are, right? Excuse me, give me the next scripture.
Verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue.
To keep you from an evil woman, right? From the what?
From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Good night.
Ooh, that was heavy, sir.
Woo. Okay. Had to clean my lenses after that. Good night.
Good.
All right. So now it says, for the commandment is a lamp, right? And the law is a light. Did you read that? You skipped that, didn't you? Verse 23.
Verse 23. Slaki, I missed that one, sir.
All right, let's
want me to read it?
Yeah, please get that. Go back.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
The commandment is a lamp. And why is it saying and the law is light? I tell you why. You want to try to answer? You got it.
Slaki, sir, the law is a light because that is the way that the Most High made for us to go, for us to let our light shine.
Right. But why is it a lamp and why is it a light? What's the opposite of light? I'll give it to you for the sake of time because I want to go more into what we're doing. Go ahead.
Salaka, it's the opposite of darkness.
Right.
Opposite
exactly.
of evil.
Exactly. So if the commandment is a lamp, then it's going to give you light while you're in darkness. You know what I'm saying? While you're in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going on. You can't see. You sinning. You wicked. Well, this right here going to turn on the light. Oh, there go the tunnel right there. It's a metaphor, right? Oh, yeah, go the tunnel, the light right there. I can see my way. It's going to let you see how to come out of darkness, to get away from evil, to get away from sin, to get away from what? Go ahead.
That deep ditch.
That deep ditch, that whore. Most High in Christ. See what I'm saying? All right. And it says, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. That's something that a lot of brothers can't understand. Correction, reproof. You're not perfect, man.
Right.
We're made perfect. You understand? We grow to be perfect. Right? What about this one? We make mistakes to be perfect. Yeah. Right. I mean, listen, if you perfect and you ain't never made a mistake, then the commandment ain't for you and you perfect. And hey, you know, Lord be with, well, the Lord already with you. So I can't say the Lord with you. You just outstanding. But Christ said you a damn lie if you say you ain't sin. I'm just saying what the scriptures say. Right? All of us sin. Right? Now there's a difference between what? Being perfect and making mistakes. Right? Perfect is according to the commandments. Mistake, you might send me to the store to go get some apple juice, and I came back with some orange juice. Oh, shoot, I made a mistake. Damn. Oh, you're not perfect. That has nothing to do with that. See what I'm saying? Not unless you can show me in the law, in the commandments, where you got to drink the apple juice and the orange juice, and I messed up. Right? So, yes, making a left turn when you should have made a right turn, that's a mistake. Right? We're talking about following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Choosing a whore, you know, you shouldn't choose a whore. That's what these commandments are saying. Right? You don't choose whores. Why? Because it's a commandment. There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel, or no sodomites of the men of Israel. You understand? So we have to walk circumspect. You got to watch yourself before you can watch somebody else. Right? You have to govern your own affairs before you can govern other people's affairs. Right. If not, the big H come up. And I ain't talking about Houston. I'm talking about hypocrite. You see what I'm saying? That's what you'll be. Right? All right, keep going.
Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
To keep thee from the evil woman.
That's why you do it. That commandment better be a light, and that law better be a light, and you better listen to instructions, meaning counsel from the men above you who are trying to save your life. That's all we're trying to do. We watch over you to save your life. Right? And that's going to keep you from the evil of that woman, man. Keep going.
From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
And this flattery is something else, especially when a brother that had a hard life and she flatter and stroke that ego. Once you stroke your ego, It's over with. You see, she tell you something good, you know, and then you fall for it. Now you locked in on a whore. Meanwhile, she, you know, Snapchatting and YouTubing and Facebooking and TikToking, you don't stop, to everybody. Telling them the same thing. What she told you, what she sent to you was a cut and paste. What she said, she sent it to somebody else to see what? Whichever one bite. We're going to get into that too. Keep going.
Come, verse 25. Lust, not after her beauty.
Lust. L-U-S-T. Lust, not after her beauty. Keep going.
In thy heart.
In your mind and your heart, don't say, man, she's so beautiful. I know she's a whore. Man, I know she's a whore, but she's double D. Damn. I know she's a whore, but she got the BBL. Y'all know what that is, huh?
Lies.
Brazilian butt lift. Y'all never heard of that?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, she got the Brazilian lift. You see what I'm saying? I know she's a whore, but she keeps looking at me. I know she's a whore, but she keep batting her eyelids and she coming by. She said, hey, and I just fell for it. I took the bait, right? You don't want to do that, man. Following these commandments and keeping them near to you, letting them lead you is how you stay away from a whore, promiscuous woman. Right. Give me some more.
Come. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
I just said that, didn't I? Don't let her link. Blink, 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 blink. Oh man, she done threw her eyelid. Oh, that's all it took out for you to throw the eyelids and then you in? That brother broken. And we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Right? America has taught you to choose whores. You know what I'm saying? America taught you to choose Marilyn Monroe. America taught you to choose Madonna, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, America taught you to choose some of these sisters that's out here too. That's off in the limelight. Like, I'm in the music business. So look at the music business. It's like everyone, I don't know when it happened, but it's like every woman performs in a damn leotard. Every woman, from Beyonce on down, from Rihanna, whoever they are. What's up with the leotard, man? Wear your damn clothes. Like they got the leotard from the Playboy Bunny or something. Like where's his clothes, man? Damn, go ahead, Doc. Damn.
So like it seemed like they came a long way from MC Light and Yo-Yo and them back in the day.
Sure did. Listen, and that's true. And guess what? MC Light grew up to be, you know what I'm saying, from what I see, you know, for what she showed, you know, a respectable woman in the music business. Right. You don't have to take your clothes off to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know, have a cleavage as big as the damn Grand Canyon to get a record deal, man. Right. You don't need that. You see what I'm saying? But you do have to respect yourself. And that's what's missing in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. Self-respect. Right. What we're being plotted on, though. We're going to get into that. Keep going.
Come, verse 26.
Right.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread.
Ah, damn. By the means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Damn. You brought to nothing, huh? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And listen, the Bible twofold too. You can be brought to a piece of bread, she'll just bring you down to your money too. She's just calling you for money. That's it. You've been brought down to nothing. Bread with no food on it, no meat. Just who wants a piece of bread? You know? Keep going.
Come. And the adulteress will hunt for a precious life.
You hear that? The adulteress don't want to hunt for a pimp. The adulteress don't want to hunt for a brother who got the same game that she can look and see he got? What's a precious life? A man of the Lord. A precious life is an innocent brother who don't have no knowledge of streets, don't have no knowledge of whores and how they operate. That's the one she want. She want the brother that ain't got no game. So she can say, I'm a virgin. You know. And that context is like never having sex virgin. Right. That's a context I'm using. You see. And a brother that don't got no game that's innocent. I don't care if you got you in the music business, record deal, or you got your, you have a football team, you got millions of dollars, and you 35 years old. If you ain't never met no game, my brother, you ain't never met no game. Right. Kanye West. You ain't never met it until it blindsides you. A whorish woman, listen, I ain't say it. The Lord just said that, man. These proverbs what Solomon wrote, the wisest man on planet Earth before Christ came. Right. He said this. And Solomon got caught up his damn self. Good, I'm done. Woo, he got caught up his damn self, man. See what I'm saying? That's why you can't what? You can't be the H. Can't be a hypocrite. The Lord will catch you up. I don't care a damn who you think you are. The Lord will catch you up, man. That's right. You understand? All right. Give me some more. We're reading down to 28.
Come, verse 27. Mm-hmm. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt?
So you think you can take fire and put it inside of your clothes and then you don't get burned up? Like this is a metaphor. It means you can't walk on. Yeah, keep going. Go ahead. Get the next one before I say it.
Come, verse 28. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt?
So I know we all been to the circus. Or you seen them East Indians, whatever, they be walking on coal, right, on hot coals. You mean to tell me that you can walk on hot coals and not get burned? It's a metaphor saying, you mean you can, boy, I told you the Bible is twofold. And the Lord, listen, boy, the Lord is a comedian in a serious way. That's right. It's Bible poetry. Because you just said something about STDs, right? Yeah, so what if you were speaking on the street? Said, man, you think you can walk you think you can walk upon the coals and your feet and not get burned up? Right. Like, what you talking about? You think you can mess with that damn whore and not catch AIDS and not catch gonorrhea and not get flame broiled? See what I'm saying? You think you can mess with a whore and there's no repercussion. You can just slide, slippily slide, forget about your troubles from 9 to 5 and just sail on, huh? With nothing ever happening to you. Man, you mess with a whore, it's over with. I'm saying she coming to collect. Go ahead.
It's not gonna be a fantastic voyage.
Now, come on now. That's the name of the group if you ain't noticing. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's not gonna be a fantastic voyage, y'all. It's right. Not. You know what I'm saying? But it is gonna be a ride. That's right. And most brothers, they ride to, straight downtown, doing life because they done killed a woman because they was filled with great anger. Right? Because a whore will make you kill her too now. Right. She will. A whore will make you kill her. A whore will make you be the star show on 48 hours. Nigga, you will be starring on Forensic Files, messing with a whore because you thought you were going to get something out of it, and you got something out of it, all right. You got burned. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're trying to avoid, dealing with whores, right? Let's get into this first article, Barbara Shah. All right, give me that first article. Big ups to Captain Isupk. He sent me these articles, man, and I'm going to dig into them. It's excellent. All right. And we're going to go over a few statistics for a lot of brothers and sisters who listen to I.S.U.P.K. And, you may think that we interpret the Bible in another way. Okay, so we're going to move away from the Bible. Not really, but we're going to read these articles that have nothing to do with the Bible. That's what I mean. And then we're going to back it up with the Bible to let you know that the Bible is a living word, right? So we're gonna go over these couple of articles. You go and get that for me, Sapar.
Go, sir. This is an article from ScienceDirect.com.
Okay.
Child abuse and neglect. And the article reads, analysis of interviews obtained from random samples of 930 adult women in San Francisco.
Okay, so these are random samples taken from what,
930 adults.
Okay, 930 adults. Okay. Adult what?
Women.
Okay. Okay.
In San Francisco.
Okay, what did it reveal?
Revealed that 17%, one out of approximately every 6 women who had stepfathers as a principal figure in her childhood years was sexually abused by him.
Stop right there. Sister, did you hear that? So it said, read that part again. 17%, right?
17%, or one out of approximately every 6 women who had stepfathers as a principal figure in her childhood years was sexually abused by him.
1 out of 6 of every woman who had a stepfather as a principal figure in her childhood years was sexually abused by him. You see that? For a woman or a little girl, right, to grow up and her mother got rid of her father, whatever happened, he's not in the household. And she chose another man to come in the household to raise her daughter, and that man abuses that daughter over and that little girl over and over again. It's a wonder why she turned out to be a whore and a stripper and to be numb to what love is really about. To have no feelings is to get that nigga before he get me. Mess over that man before he get me, especially what? A precious life.
Right.
Especially a man of the Lord. Especially an innocent brother who has no guile or trickery in him whatsoever. That's the one she gonna hurt. Because she was like that. And she was abused over and over again. And that stepfather has destroyed the innocence of that little girl for the rest of her life. Right?
Right.
And I know it's hard. But this is what your sister's going to have to do. You should look at it as I'm not excusing anything. I'm trying to help you. You should look at it as it happened when you were young. Right? Now, you should say, it happened to me so long ago. That's how you get over it. Something that happens to you in your childhood should not affect you for the rest of your life. You understand? Because it happened so long ago. I'm not excusing it. I'm helping you. What you should say is, it happened so long ago. Now I can move on from that. Didn't happen recently. And lo and behold, if I get to talking, it's some women that, listen, you got Chris Brown right now, the singer. That's in, Chris Brown is in allegations right now, right? Chris Brown is in allegations right now. Allegations now. Okay, I love you too, babe. All right, I'm teaching class, all right? I'm teaching class live right now. Okay, I love you too, babe. All right, do that. I love you, princess. All right. So, Lockie, that was my daughter. All right. So, Chris Brown is in allegations right now, okay, of drugging and raping some girl. He's being sued like $20 million. She's a grown woman, right? So I know I'm talking about how to get over it. I'm not even talking about if it happened to you when you're older. That's a whole nother subject. That's why I brought that up. I'm only specifying right now the ones who were the sisters that were molested as little girls, right? You say, you know what? I couldn't even defend myself, right? It's been so long ago. You have to say that it's been so long ago in order to get over it. And don't let it affect the rest of your living life. There's so many ways that you can be a positive role model to all the other sisters that's growing up. You can be an activist, you can be a volunteerist. I'm saying there's positive ways to exert that anger, right? Because that's what it is. You have built up anger, right? But but whatever you do, don't say it affected me for the rest of my life. I hate all men. I'm going to mess with women now, and I'm going to be a stripper because my life was destroyed as a child. Listen, don't let a demon do you like that, right? That stepfather, whoever molested you, they transferred energy over to you. But energy can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So that demon transferred you and demonized you. Right. Don't let that demon conquer you the rest of your life. Now, how can you get that demon off of you? How can you get that unclean spirit off of you? Somebody surprise me. Go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
It's like it, sir, if I may, by forgiving the one who abused you. And
before that, because that's a strong thing to do, Out. You're right. But that's a strong thing to do after the fact. You want to take a shot at it? You do? I mean, pray. I mean, yeah, that's a a Christian response. But yeah, you should pray. I get that.
That's like, yeah. You said, what should they do before it happens, or?
Well, after it happens, they get better. How can you get better? How do you get the demon and the unclean spirit off of you?
Okay, fast.
I mean, fast. That's good answers. I'll give it to you for the second time because I want to get through. Those are all good answers, brother. You want to try again? Go ahead.
Sir, by accepting the fact.
It's still right around the answer. Here's the answer. Counsel. You can learn to come to the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K around men you can trust who can help get you through whatever you're going through, right? Because the Lord speaks through the men, right? Right. And they're able to give that sister a message from the Lord to get her through it. But sisters, it'll behoove you not to hold that demon in you. Right. Because that demon turns into Osmodeus. You feel what I'm saying? To where every man you get, you kill him. Meaning every man you get, you'll get him out of your house. You don't want him in, you'll live with him a little bit and get him out the house. Now you're whoring out yourself. That stepdaddy turned you into a whore. Whored you. And you kept that whorish demon. Now you looking for men. That's why you hear songs like what? I went down on him, right? I put myself out there. I whored myself. Told him I loved him and took his money. Girl, I won. No, you didn't. You did not win. You don't whore yourself out to a man and then go to another man, and think that you're winning. Right? That's a mental condition. It's horrible. You were done wrong, but the I.S.U.P.K is a refuge for you. Right. It is. Right? There's men of the Lord who can help you, man. Right? Who can help you get through that terrible, sinful, wicked incident that you went through. But you don't have to be attached to it your whole life. Give me some more of that article, all right?
Karamakhan. The comparable figures for biological fathers were 2%.
Hold on. What now?
The comparable figures for biological fathers were 2% or 1 out of approximately 40 women.
Man, keep going.
In addition, when a distinction was made between very serious sexual abuse, including experiences ranging from forced penile
Vaginal penetration.
Penile vaginal penetration to non-forceful attempted fellatio,
cunnilingus,
cunnilingus, and anal intercourse.
We all grown here, y'all. Y'all hold on for a minute. Keep going.
And others less serious forms. 47% of these cases of sexual abuse by stepfathers were at the very serious level of violation compared with 26% of biological fathers.
So this is what it's saying. Golly. So it's saying biological fathers out there doing it too. Right? And we're not going to celebrate it because the percentage is lower. Oh, it's only 26% of biological fathers. That ain't bad. No, we shouldn't be doing it at all. And I don't know how in the hell a biological father can mess with his own daughter, man. But it happens. It happens. And we're going to rid that out of Israel if it's happening.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about they want Christ to return. Christ going to put you to death quickly for doing something like that, man. And the scripture it says, hurt not the little ones. Right? So it says fellatio and cunnilingus, meaning this is the boys are affected as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the boys are affected, and sometimes the stepdaddies and will get the daughters to go down on them and perform on them. And it's 47%, man. You hear that? Of stepdaddies. Sisters, y'all need to hear this, man. 40, that's 50%. All right? So when you kick your man out the home, the father of the child, right, it's a 50-50 chance, which is a high percentage, that the stepdaddy gonna come in and molest your daughter and your son, period. So you kind of want to what? Stick with the brother. Make sure that you know what type of brother you're getting and laying down with to begin with. That's how you stop the 26% right there. You see what I'm saying? Don't sleep with him at the club on the first night. That'll help. You see what I'm saying? And get to know him. Get to know who he is, his family, his character. You know what I'm saying? See if he's serving the Lord. I can only speak of I.S.U.P.K. That's what I can speak for. The brother, I can stand for the brothers in I.S.U.P.K. That's what I'm gonna stand for. The brothers I go to war with. You know what I'm saying? The brothers who I know that's long suffering and serving the Lord. That's who I'm gonna stand up for. Right? And it's 0% in the I.S.U.P.K. So now if it's your first time listening, that should spark an interest. Okay. What is making these men so righteous and so holy in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA? I tell you why. Because we listen and fear the Lord. And we keep all of the commandments near us, even in our sleep. You see what I'm saying? And we serve the Lord with fear of the judgment that he has for us. And we push toward having a crown. We really believe that. Get with righteous men, man. Clear your mind up. Come to class. Stop being a scoffer on Facebook. Stop being a scoffer on Clubhouse. Right? Because, listen, it say 47%. That's somebody's household out there. Right. It's somebody. Right? Captain Tazariak and Captain Katazai on Cross the Line Radio, they do a child molestation series every now and then. And it's a damn shame because Captain Tazariak said he had to really kind of not stop doing it, but slow down on doing it because don't nobody want to call in on them days. People still turning a blind eye to what's affecting our homes and our daughters, man. And it's important because the men and the women shall what? Leave their mother and father and become one flesh. So we're not independent of each other. Man, we're going back to it. Give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 8, Baba Kusha. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. We're going to read verses 8 and 9.
Kanamakan, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
So the man ain't of the woman is of the man. The man is the one that's going to lead. You understand? Adam asked for a helpmeet. The Lord gave him Eve. You see what I'm saying? For them to be one flesh from his own family. Right? Keep going.
Kanamakan, verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
So the woman was created to serve her Lord, her outer one. Right? Not to be able to, I'm going outside in Daisy Dukes and a spaghetti strap with no bra, and you gonna do what I tell you to do. You gonna accept me the way I am? Hell no. You're gonna change them damn clothes. That's what you're gonna do.
That's right.
You're not going outside looking like that. Why ain't no whore? I'm with you. You have whore attire on. You look and dress like a whore. And you disobedient like a whore. And you gad abroad like a whore. And you won't close your mouth like a whore. Keep reading.
Kanamakan,
Drop down to verse 11.
Kanamakan, verse 11. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man.
I had him read that on purpose. The man ain't without the woman, and the woman ain't without the man. All of this I'm independent bull crap gotta stop, man.
Right.
The man ain't independent from the woman, and the woman ain't independent from the man. That's not how the Lord had it at first.
That's right.
Adam asked for a helpmeet. He gave him Eve. They came together as one flesh, one body, working together in accord with each other. You understand? The same way that Sarah called Abraham Lord. She didn't call him MF. She didn't call him baby daddy. She called him Lord. Adawanya, my Lord. That's what she called him. So we have to have the women in the same accord. You got to get in line, man. You got to get in line. And for you to have a child with a man and turn around like you're going to clean it up, how are you being a good mother if you're getting rid of the father? Please, somebody type it in. How are you being a good mother if you get rid of the bloodline lineage of who created your baby? Because you lost in America. You think it's your baby. You had it. How I get in there? The Bartholin gland? Is that how I got in there? Really? You can keep believing Brother Polite all you want to, but while you're doing that, follow him on his court records. Why don't you do that? Okay? Follow that. Because molestation is running rampant, man. And majority of it, homosexuality, majority of that is because of child molestation, man. Whores grow up because women grow up, little girls grow up and be whores because of what the men done to them, man. And you women you women molest children too. You ain't sliding away from this either. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord is coming. Listen, you think COVID is something, man. Right? The Lord is judging your intentions. The Lord is, listen, I'm going to tell you what the Lord is doing. The Lord is also judging your hidden intentions. Now, how's that? Take that. The Lord is judging your hidden intentions. What don't nobody know but you. Don't nobody know how you are but you. But the Lord know you. The Lord know your hidden intentions in the secret places. Man, ain't nothing hid from the Lord, man. Nothing. And when it's judgment time, then it's over. You want to be a whore all your life? You can do evil 100 times and get away with it. All it takes is one time for you to get caught and your life is over, man. Right? What else you got over there?
Verse 12.
Nah, we done. We done with it. Go back to the article, Baba Kusha. All right, you remember where you was at? I think we was almost over, right? Possible explanations, right? Possible explanations for these startling discrepancies?
Sir. Got it right. Excuse me. Possible explanation for these startling discrepancies.
No, discrepancies.
Discrepancies, Salakia, are discussed, and some of the implications for remarrying are considered.
Yeah, a remarriage are considered. So listen, you don't want to make the mistake. You pull up the next article, Baba Kusha. You don't want to make the mistake and then turn around and say, you know what? I shouldn't have got rid of my baby daddy. After your daughter is 16 and 17 and shattered, and she done been with 3 or 4 men already. And and she's in middle school, and ain't none of the men she with in middle school. All of them is in college and grown men. And you wondering what's wrong with my baby? I tell you what's wrong. The window stays cracked in her bedroom. Right, it needs to be nailed down because she's leaving at night. Because ain't no love in the house. Right? You should be like Cardi B. Why am I saying that? Somebody said, look, I was listening to him until he said that. Women should be like Cardi B. In a sense. This is what I'm talking about. Remember that incident, Cardi B was playing the music, right? She was playing in some hoes in the house or whatever, that WAP song, right? She was playing that. And then her daughter came in from the back. And she saw her daughter. She cut it off. She said, oops, she cut it off and started drinking her little wine to play it off. That's how women should be. I'm not saying playing WAP. I'm saying that particular part right there. Meaning what? Everything little children don't need to hear. And that let me know that what the music that Cardi B was making, right, is not acceptable for other little girls in the world. Right. It's not acceptable for her child. It shouldn't be acceptable for any other little girl. And she knows what that's doing. But you know how many women that are playing those songs, getting dressed, play them all day, getting dressed, makeup, getting ready to go to the club before they take their little girl wherever she going, leaving them home with the stepdaddy to be molested, or taking them home to their mama, to the baby grandmother or something, or a friend or the family, whatever. You see, while they get ready to do what they get to do, them children, let me tell you something, children see everything. Right. Everything? Everything. Children see everything you do, and then they hold it in, they gather those stones, they gather them together, and then they start to act out everything that they saw at whatever age they start to do it at. Right? And you telling me that you telling me that you're a good mother. You have to be a good mother 24/7, around the clock. If not, stay barren then. Don't have no babies then. Oh, well, you can't. That's impossible because you have to keep your legs closed to do that. Right. Yeah. I mean, and you not having sex for 6 months to a year to get to know a man is just something I can't do. Where did you learn that from? You learned that from America. Learn it from America. See, don't follow the ways of the heathens. Right. Don't envy your oppressor. Right? That's where that comes from. All right. Give me let's get into this other article real fast. And you can go to the part where I explained it to. Boy, this is absolutely wonderful, man.
Khan, this is an article by the Box. Uh-huh. The escalating cost of being single in America.
Uh-oh. So we just read that we're not supposed to be independent from each other. A man and a woman was made to dwell together and have children and be a family. Right? Ain't nothing like it. Right? Keep going.
There are so many routes to and reasons for arriving at the single or solo living life.
Right. You know why? Because when you stand by yourself, right, you got a household monthly expenses are through the roof. Literally. Okay. And and you have to pay what? Rent, you have to pay your mortgage, right? You got health care. What else? Many people got student loans they have to pay. Right. And there's smaller stuff after that. You got utilities. What else? Utility bills. You got the internet bill, the phone bill, the Netflix, the Hulu. You see what I'm saying? You might want to go to the basketball game. You got other streaming subscriptions you might want to get to, right? You got to drive your car. You got to put gas in that. You can't drive your car unless you got insurance. You got to get your tag. You got to get your license, right? Got to get your tires rotated. You know what I'm saying? Constantly got to do that all the time, right? Some people don't live here. They live on the East Coast. They got to take a subway. You live down south, we use public transportation. I want to get on the bus. It costs money to do that. Then you got to pay for your food. Then you got household items. Then you got essential items like toilet paper. You see what I'm saying? You got garbage bags and light bulbs. I'm just saying, you don't look at the small things. What you gonna do? Sit on the floor? You need furniture. What you gonna do? Eat out your hand? You need dishes, software, pots and pans, refrigerator. Right. It costs money. If you live by yourself or you're single and you're a single parent or a caregiver, then you don't have to imagine. You know how it is. This is your life. And all the expenses of existing in a society on one set sitting on your shoulders about to boil you down, man. So you got at least 40 million people who live in this kind of single income household condition. And that's also becoming increasingly growing in numbers, right? So when we talk about all the ways and how it's become harder and harder for people to find a solid financial footing in the so-called middle class, we still have to talk about our society and it's still how it's set up in a way that it makes it much easier for single people to fall through the cracks. You think it's cool to be single? You know how many women talk about they want to be single at the club, and they get to the house and they go, the only thing they got in their house is what? They up sitting in the dark, feeling sad, eating whatever fast food they grabbed before they went home, or looking in the refrigerator talking about, I wish I had a man. You don't think a sister thinking that, but they are. So now TikTok is your man? I mean, it's only so much twerking you can do. See what I'm saying? You can only falsify your life so much. I don't give a damn if you got 1 million and something followers. If you ain't got no man, you are lonely. Right. Period. Right? And lo and behold, if the day that cell phone went out, remember that happened? And Facebook went out, women went crazy. Talking about they married to Jesus. You ain't married to Jesus. You married to TikTok. Right. You married to Facebook. You married to your cell phone. Right. That's your man. Right? All right, but go ahead and get it. Go ahead and read.
And more people are living it than ever before.
That's right.
As of 2021, 28% of Americans live alone.
Right. And listen, we're not even talking about the retired. Okay. I want to make that clear. We're not talking about the widowed or the divorced. Right. Some are in long distance relationships that require 2 households. Some have lived alone purposely or regretful, and they regretted it their whole life. Understand that. You're not happy living by yourself in a house, man. Right. It's a lie. There's nothing like having children and having, like, the Lord. Listen, man, you're going to tell me that the Lord designed a certain structure and the Lord don't know what he's doing? That's why you got a lot of women who are what? They 30, 35. They start thinking, man, I need some children. I need them. You know what? It's not that. Well, it's not that you don't have and don't want children. It's that you don't want to take instructions from a man. That's what it is. You don't want to take instructions from a man, so you rather be single. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need the I.S.U.P.K. Because when you out there in the world, those are boys. You know what I'm saying? Those are childish boys who are just as destroyed as you are. And you're going to have to get a man who done changed not only his name. See, it's more than just a name. It's more than just a government name and then a Hebrew name. Again, it's contextual, right? The word name is also what? When they say the Lord going to come with a name that nobody know.
Right.
What is that talking about? Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. If I may, you're talking about his reputation.
It's talking about his reputation. That's what it's talking about. So you have to change your reputation of who you are.
Right.
That's why we undergo the oil on the head and getting the name change. It's more than that. It's spiritual.
Right.
You become every creature is a new creature in Christ.
That's right.
And that's what that is.
Right.
Old things pass away, new things come in. Right. Brother ain't smoking weed no more. See what I'm saying? Brother ain't out there doing all types of manner of evil and dope dealing no more. And a woman can come in here and do what? Stop being a whore. Right? Because the causes and effects of being a whore is detrimental not only to the man that you're with, not only your children, but to a nation of people. You can destroy a nation of people by dropping it like it's hot. By being a shameless woman, you can destroy your entire nation. Right? Give me some more.
Khan. Back in 1960, it was just 13%. By 1980, it was 23%.
Uh-oh.
In additional, 11 million households are headed by a single parent.
Hold on, read that again.
Khan. It's like an additional 11. It's like an additional.
Right, an additional.
11 million households are headed by a single parent.
Damn. You hear that? This is like a new trend that's going on. A very sad, depressing trend. Listen, a real woman, I'm talking about a real woman, she won't, boy, I almost said it in the streets. A real woman want a man.
Right.
All right. I'm trying to get seasoned around here. I wanted to say it in a certain way, but I'm gonna keep it like that though. A real woman, especially a sister of the Lord, man, she seeks to have a man of the Lord and have structure in her household. She craves that. She don't crave for Friday and Saturday to be in a club. And some women, listen, some women you can't even talk, a whore in the club you can't even talk to because she's in the club and she got her cell phone. Oh, well, shit, she in the club with her man. There you go right there. She in the club with her man. That's her cell phone. And her man, they all dancing. She out there dancing on the dance floor, her and her man. And she parading her phone and she going live. That's her man in her hand. You try to talk to her, she ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. Right? And then they out there so much, it's 3-4 whores around each other dancing, they look like lesbians. How you gonna turn around and put your butt on another woman while she slap your butt and you dancing and weird? That is gay. That's gay. Don't listen to that white boy. I'm gonna say it again. Don't listen to the white singer who said, I kissed a woman and I liked it, or something like that. There you go.
Right.
All right. If you want to find out what I want to really say, you can just, message me on Facebook. I tell you what I really want to say right there. Right. Okay. But now you got 28%. Keep going out. And it says an additional 11 million households are headed by a single parent. Keep going.
Khan, a number that has tripled since 1965.
Stop. Triple. Let's do the math. So you mean 31? It's 21, 31. Oh, 41. So it's 41 million because it's tripled since 1965. You see that? Tripled since 1965. you know, people quick to say that it's the year 2022. So what it done? It done septillion, whatever, decitillion, it done triple since then. Yeah, keep going.
Khan. Overall, 31% of U.S. adults identify today as single, defined as not married, living with a partner, or in a committed relationship.
Okay, so this is all right. This is confusing. This is very confusing right here. Overall, 31% of U.S. adults identify today as single. Right? Now, defined as what? Not married, living with a partner, or in a committed relationship. So this is what I'm saying. It's people that's together, that's still sleeping around with each other, that don't trust each other because they've both been molested or destroyed. That's basically what we just read. Right. Nobody trusts anybody. Right? Keep going.
Khan.
Damn.
The 31% figures hold true for both men and women in the aggregate, but vary significantly by race and sexual orientation.
So now we're getting into it. We're getting ready to get into race and the orientation, right? The sexual orientation. All right. So we worried about the nation of Israel, right? Straight people. Just so we're gonna make sure that we keep it straight. Keep going.
Khan. According to Pew's most recent survey data, 47% of Black adults are single.
Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So 47% Black are single. Right? Now remember when they say single, don't forget we talking about what? Defined as not married, right? Living with a partner or in a connected or committed relationship. Let me tell everybody out there something. If you're having sex, whoever you're having sex with, you're married to them. That's it. That's it. God said it, not me. You can't sleep around and test the package and test the goods and then decide if you want it or not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because the grass ain't never greener on the other side. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And we're not taught by American society. We're not taught by demons and devils, right? And we should never listen to our oppressor to try to govern our relationships, because it'll be 47% of Black people that are single. Keep going out. Compared to what?
Compared to 28% of white adults and 27% of Hispanic adults.
Stop right there. Do you hear this? 47% of Blacks are single, compared to 28% of whites, right? And then 27%. Now I think that's a lie, because Hispanics, they going through the same thing. This is a lie, but it's close. All right, it's close, because they going through the same exact thing. Because we know that what? Hispanics are Israelites.
That's right.
So I'm not saying they purposely lying. They want to try to separate us into demographics, into race, but we're all the same. So now what we can do is add the 47 and the 27% together, and you got what? 4. That's 14, and that's 74. Now we can do that. So now read it again. We'll say, I'll read it. It say, according to Pew's survey data, 74% of Blacks and Hispanics are single, compared to 28% of white adults. There you have it.
Right.
That's what it is right there. Okay. We'll combine our percent together because we one nation. Okay. And then it says the percent of adults who are, I don't care about them. All right. I don't care about gays and lesbians and bisexuals. I don't give a damn about that. So we're not going to even read that. But you can read the next one out. Go ahead.
Khan. Then there's the age breakdown.
Okay, let's do that.
Women live significantly longer and over their lifetimes make less money. Men, as a general rule, are far more likely to be single when they're young.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Men are likely to be single when they're young. Keep going.
Marry later or for a second time.
Damn, they either marry later or they get married a second time. Damn. See, we not being taught. Once you lay down with a woman, you sisters, you lay down with a man, that's it. There ain't no second and third and fourth time around. Just imagine if we were taught that when we were young coming out the womb. We wouldn't have the whores. Because a man can sleep with a woman and throw her away and then make her a whore. Because she's forced to go out and sleep with another man. He makes her a whore and he makes her commit adultery. Right?
Right.
Especially if she really went hard and loved that man and was by his side, which a lot of women are when they're young. And they got that puppy love that just grows into strong love and they want to be with that particular man and they sweet 16 and they with that man the rest of his life. And then she found out he was somebody else or they break up. Then she all out after that. She just out to get whoever hurt, make another man hurt like she did. Especially if she got friends in her damn ear cheering her on. Sad friends who have already been done the way her friend did, and they all roll together in a pack. That's a dangerous cult right there. Good night. That's a dangerous cult right there. A cult of whores. You see what I'm saying? It's damn near the worst thing on planet Earth, man. All right, keep going.
And stay married until their deaths. The reverse is true for women. They're more likely to marry young, but then end up divorced or widowed and living alone as they age.
No counseling. That's where it come from. It come from no counseling. Now I'm gonna tell you where the counseling come from. Give me Titus chapter 2. We're gonna go. Remember what you just read, right? Living alone. So we come in giving these. Oh, we almost finished. Giving these. Read it out first. Go ahead.
The Titus, sir?
Now read it out. Giving these. Just keep reading. Cause you're almost done. You're almost done. Given these are other trends and other trends.
Given these and other trends, including the high cost of aging, the fact that women and black women in particular make significantly less money over their lifetimes. It is women and again black women in particular.
Hold on, what women in particular?
And black women in particular.
Black women in particular, Israelite women. Keep going.
Who often bear the biggest financial load of single life.
So if you want to just pay all the money and just be all the bills and be the breadwinner and bring everything in and not include your man, then, America has it set up for you to do that. I'm independent. I'm balling out of control. I'm trying to get the bag. I got the purse. You can do all of that. You can get the bag and the purse, but you won't have no man. You especially won't have your father of your child. You'll have that stepdaddy in there who molesting your child, and then it'll go on to your daughter, and you'll wonder what happened to your daughter, why she's a whore, because her mama made bad choices. Her mama thought that she was a good mother by feeding her Enfamil and Similac and clothing her. And guess what? That is part of being a good mother. It is. But the other part is how you carry yourself and the choices you make for a lifetime for your children. That's being a good mother. Staying with the man you laid and had children with, that's a good mother. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Fight and argue. Okay, you're going to fight and argue. Work it out. Keep going. But stay with the man. You know what I'm saying? You had children with. That'll help. After a while, you'll realize you ain't going nowhere. You start getting older. Everything I start sagging, you realize that you're glad he stayed with you. You see what I'm saying? And then your children will love you for doing that because you made the right choice. And what you're building by coming together and being a one flesh is Israelite structure. You know what I'm saying? A family that sticks together and stays together and prays together. You know what I'm saying? And go and gets counsel together. You're building a strong household by doing that. Right? Okay, so give me Titus chapter 2, verses 1 through 5, Bible shot. Titus chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. If we can make it that far. Titus chapter in the New Testament.
Sir. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse 1.
All right.
But speak thou the things become sound doctrine.
Speak thou the things that become sound doctrine. Right? Won't you say things that are in this book that make sense? Right? Don't freestyle and come out of your own brain, right? And try to give advice to people. Why don't you just stick to the Bible, sisters? If you don't know it, you go to your man, right? You go to your man who should know the Bible, or who has access to other men above him that know the Bible and they can help your family. If not, do it by yourself. Go, bye. Bye. Do it by yourself. And we're going to see how they work out for you, right? It's not going to work out. I'm telling you now. It's going to be a disaster. Right? Keep going.
Verse 2. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience.
Right. So guess what? The aged man, you got to be sober too, sober-minded, man. You got to be able to judge a matter. You understand? Be sound in faith to know these scriptures, to be temperate. Don't beat her because she don't know the answer. God damn. Right? Don't hit her and beat her. Right? Don't be violent, man.